Welcome back to Markets Today. I'm your host, Mbithe Mwema. We've taken a look at what is happening in the markets, but today we want to change the trajectory just a little bit. Now, technology is the key driver when we look at the environment today, especially after COVID-19. It has become an enabler for businesses at different perspectives. Today, we are joined in studio by Donna Rege. She is the lead for the Women in Technology at Safaricom. Donna will be talking to us about what women in technology means, what opportunities she sees from where she sits, and probably even giving us an overview of some of the portfolio investments from the particular place where she sits and the work that she coordinates. A very warm welcome to you, Donna.
Thank you very much, Mbithe. Thank you.
Okay, so it's very exciting to be talking about technology today. But before we get into the context of women in technology at Safaricom, perhaps you can give us an overview. When we're talking about technology and business, what are we really talking about?
So I believe currently Kenya is at a very ripe stage and opportunity where basically based on the natural resources that we have, the infrastructure that is already set up, I believe we are able to use technology to leverage and drive many businesses, and for this creating an opportunity for us to be able to develop using the technology we have to be able to grow businesses. And I think with great focus on what is currently the hot cake, which is e-commerce, agri-businesses, and basically other things that enable women and men to be able to leverage on partnering with telcos, because I know technology companies or telcos basically play a lot in the partner space, the ecosystem. So this gives opportunity to many businesses to leverage on this to be able to grow their businesses.
Okay, yes. Fantastic. So I hear telecoms, I hear leveraging, I hear just finding a way to ensure that your business is sort of integrated with technology for you to be a viable business solution, at least to the different opportunities that we see. I mean, it's interesting when you talk about that, Donna, because one of the key phrases that has stuck with me about the last 2 weeks is somebody described opportunity in this way. They said that Africa has so many inefficiencies. So you can either sit and grumble about this inefficiencies, or we are at a time when you can actually leverage on technology to actually find a way to create and enhance efficiency in that space. So I really like what that person said, and really what you're saying is taking that home. So Donna, walk us through Women in Technology at Safaricom. What is this all about?
So Women in Technology is basically an organization, or rather an initiative that has 40 ambitious, passionate, and very purposeful ladies who then seek to basically inspire and empower a woman to be able to advance her from the classroom to the boardroom. And we see this as an opportunity for us that our efforts then are able to establish and see the opportunities that are untapped, because we see our girls having so many innovative ideas, but they're sitting with them on the bench. Yet we see different dynamic trends emerging in the technology space every day. And second of all, we see our girls have the potential to be able to take an interest in STEM, the STEM space. But again, they need the nudging. So we basically push them to seek an interest, cultivate the interest, and be able to sustain the interest into a very successful career and possibly leadership. And we do this through various ways. We coach, we mentor, we expose these girls to the technologies, emerging ones, and the current platforms. And basically, we also give them opportunity to network and see how best technology can help them in their lives. And we run this through three different pillars, and we have 6 pillars in Women in Technology. So we have Kids Go Tech. It's basically a pillar where 6 to 13-year-olds get an opportunity to basically cultivate an interest in innovation and creation by using very fun-filled, simple, practical science and technology experiments. And they use recyclable material and very interactive kits to basically simulate real-life apps. And once they're done, they're able to carry this home. So these were physical experiments that we're doing. And then we go from that stage to the high school girl. So this one is a 47-47 pillar, and it's driven from the name 47 counties Kenya has currently. So here it's a see and believe model. So we expose the girl to basically the technology itself. So they visit our hubs and see us at work, and even women who already have careers in technology. Then we progress to a technology Technovation challenge. This one basically is a tech education non-profit, and its main purpose is to inspire and empower women to solve community problems using technology and to actually convert them to viable businesses. So again, using the 4 principles of design thinking, they ideate, they build the technology, they build the business proposition, then they pitch it
Okay.
Yes, and when we move from there, we are preparing this lady for the campus environment. So in campus, we have a pillar called campus outreach. So basically now we try to help this lady, to encourage them, to sustain them, because we know this is where we have the highest attrition of ladies falling out of the STEM space.
That's true.
So we try and ensure, give focus to help them sustain themselves through that season. And we also help them demystify the fact that a woman can sustain a career in technology. And we give them an opportunity to network with the future potential employers. We progress from there and we have Technology Academy. So this is basically an opportunity for the lady in the campus to come and intern with us. It's a 3-month paid internship. And basically, in this case, they get to work day to day with us in the office and get to deliver projects with us. But besides that, we also help them build in terms of career growth, personal branding, and prepare them for the workspace.
Yes.
And this has been a good channel for us, because based on this, we've been able to use this as a platform for scouting for talent and actually hiring into the business, or even within our partnership ecosystem. And the last pillar is the networking pillar. So basically, this one is where we get the opportunity as already the working lady to interact with that other lady who is out there in the technology space, both actually men and women who are successful in technology industry and also other affiliated industries. And then we leverage on the networking to basically learn and be able to grow ourselves and sustain ourselves into leadership roles. Okay. So those are the different pillars that we use to actually drive women in technology agenda.
Okay, I like it, because you're starting all the way from the bottom and going all the way up.
Yes.
And what stands out is the element of the 4 principles of design thinking. And it sounds like you're sort of trying to create a mindset that looks to identifying problems in the economy and solving these problems. How is that working out?
So this is quite successful for us. So basically, Technovation has even created an opportunity where, in the Kenyan space, since we started the project in 2016, we have seen a situation where it actually culminates to a global summit in Silicon Valley. Okay. And over the years, we've actually had 2 teams from Kenya. We had the 3rd one this year in August, although it was virtual. And the girls have actually come up with applications, mobile applications, that they have ideas of their surrounding problems they see in their communities. They have created apps, they have pitched them and made them into businesses. And these girls have gone all the way to Silicon Valley. And the exposure was so great. When they came back, most of these girls, actually the 2 teams, are now into the university, and actually they're doing engineering and computer science. So it's very motivational for us to see that in future they might be in the workforce with us, actually now solving the problems that are there.
Now my question to you is, why are you not doing this with the over 30 million customers of Safaricom? I mean, because I honestly, I like and I identify with the element of the 4 principles of design thinking, because today we're in a space where, yes, people see opportunities. Yes. We are not for lack of a better word, we like to refer to ourselves as hustlers, a hustler nation, where I see this and I want to do this and I can sell. And we can effectively say that before COVID, it was okay to just run around. You know, we like being busybody. So I run from here, I deliver, then I run to the next space. But what COVID-19 has shown us, as locally and also at a global level, is that you must absolutely integrate with technology. So then the question becomes, this element of the 4 principles of design thinking, where you get people thinking about a problem and moving it from the physical world to a virtual world, focusing on the mobile template. How else do other businesses then get to actually tap into this? Because I think this is such a goldmine. It's something that even I, at a personal level, would want to see, how can I tap into it? Because I am creating a business, but I'm going the traditional way, and I'm like, it's not going to work. But then I'm at the space where I don't know how to move from traditional into the virtual thinking. How would you speak to businesses that are in that space, and maybe what should they be thinking about if they certainly can't be part of this program? Because I'm sure it's a bespoke program and it's also limited.
So I guess I'll speak to what Safaricom stands for. So we are a purpose-led technology company. We seek to transform lives. And for us, basically, when we identify the customer, for us, the key thing to be able to obsess around this customer, understand what the customer needs. And in this space, it has led us to have solutions that are now a bit more focus-driven. Giving a good example to what you're speaking to about establishing businesses. So Safaricom is now evolving into the agricultural space. And this is a situation where, for another role I hold in the organization, we have DigiFarm. So DigiFarm basically looked into the problems that our smallholder farmer was having in Kenya. And when we identified with the problems, then we were like, okay, can we leverage on technology to basically make our smallholder farmer wealthier in a commercially and sustainable way? So in everyone's little space in their businesses, I believe that once you identify this, then you're able to use the little technology. And it's the good thing is we have enablers. So we have companies like Safaricom and other companies, Airtel and the rest, who enable to give you that platform so you can ride on it and be able to convert your business, the analog business, into a digital business. So as much as we Safaricom are into the mobile business. We are actually creating that platform to enable us partner with organizations to actually improve the societal problems we have.
Okay.
So DigiFarm is playing actually into this space.
Okay, fantastic. Yes. Donna, how many years have you been in technology for? And what did you study? How did you get to where you're at?
So basically, I've been, let me say, in the technology space for about 10 to 11 years, with most of it in Safaricom. So I've been in Safaricom for almost 10 years now. And when I did my undergraduate degree, it was in Kenyatta University. I did a Bachelor of Science in Telecommunications and Information Technology, Engineering. And basically, that was a passion I had. So it was something I was, as I was growing up, I had an uncle who is actually an engineer. Okay. And to date, he's still an engineer. So I used to see when you come home, that was the onset when the mobile phone was coming up. He would come home with so many devices and I would get so intrigued and I was like, I want to be like him. So I felt he was very smart. But as I got into my career, at some point I realized I also have a personality that is very, very articulate in terms of communication. Yes. So I decided and said, so can I marry the two? Because right now I notice, as you've said, technology and business are marrying. So I went and did some soul searching. And I realized I could do something in masters in my own personality. And I went to Daystar University and did a master in corporate communication. Wow. When I was enrolling for that, I think the dean, or rather the vice chancellor, was quite shocked and asked why the change. And I actually explained that I wanted to basically be able to use my technology ability and skill set to be able to sell a business and to be able to commercially make it viable. So that is how I got myself where I am today. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely. That's an interesting journey. And I like how you've merged the two. And I also like that you took a step back to understand, if I want to marry business and technology, I mean, what kind of basic knowledge and understanding do I need to incorporate? I mean, that's very unique. So thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. So then I come back now to Women in Technology, because you've told us what it stands for. Yes. You've given us a sense of the core values and the underlying drivers for this particular part of Women in Technology, and all about empowering women. Yes. and just enabling women see the opportunity. And I also thank you for sharing your particular experience. Mm-hmm. So from what you've told us, what Women in Technology is all about, yes, your background, what have been some of the achievements that you have achieved in terms of driving the Women in Technology agenda, and how does this look like in terms of businesses? Are there success factors, success stories? So I think the success for us so far, over the 8 years we've been in play, has been huge. Okay. So just a summary in terms of, on the Women in Technology aspect directly. So one, we've been able to move from 8% of ladies within the technology division to 23%. Okay, wow. And apart from that, we've also been able to have in the leadership team, technology leadership team, we used to have only one lady, now we have 4. And out of 22 men, but we're still pushing on. Yes. And beyond that, so for Kids Go Tech, we've had 50 experiments done, over 2,000 children involved. And what I like about Kids Go Tech is because we reserve a quota for the less fortunate children. So we've also been able to impact the likes of Shofco, or rather the SOS children in Buruburu. Wow. Okay. So that has also been something purposeful for us. For the 47 program, we've been able to do 45 counties out of the 47 counties, and we've reached over 13,000 girls. And as we 13,000 girls in 8 years. In 8 years. Wow. And basically, what I like about it is because as we obsess around this customer, who is our target customer and target audience, we've been able to go to the great heights of visiting Moyale and Marsabit. And what I liked about it was when we're in Marsabit, we were able to inspire 5 girls, from very humble backgrounds, but these 5 girls were able to take up seriously science and technology subjects, and now we're able to bring them. So we even have a partner of ours who onboarded 2 of the girls to do technology roles, and that's Fireside. We thank her very much. And also we have 3 girls who ended up being enrolled in development school, so in Moringa and in Akira Chicks. Oh, wow. Technovation Challenge, as I've said, we've been to Silicon Valley twice. The semi-finals, we've been there enough times. And for the campus outreach, we've reached 35 universities across the country. We've been able to hold within our premises 30 industrial visits, and we've done 2 SDG-based hackathons. So for those are things that are purposeful to us. And I think lastly, for the academy, we've been able to host 350 candidates. Wow. Out of the 350 candidates, we've employed 151. So within Safaricom and out of Safaricom. And again, something to add on to that we pride in, diversity is big for Safaricom. We reserve a quota for people living with disabilities, and we've been able to hold 13 people actually who have are living with disabilities. Okay. And generally now, when you talk about the business space, so as we work in Women in Technology, we also partner with a similar initiative in Safaricom called Women in Business. Mm-hmm. So basically, this is an initiative that is seeking to be able to give an opportunity to the minority groups, rather women and youth-led businesses to play in the technology space. And so far we have over 200 women-led businesses within
200.
Yes, within Safaricom.
What do these businesses do? What's the majority of the contribution?
So currently we're trying to push a shift. So initially it was more of the soft, or rather let me say the soft skills, providing collateral, marketing material and events and stuff. But now we've seen a huge shift. So many of the businesses are now into site rollout, into fiber maintenance.
Wow, that's so impressive to hear.
Yes.
So wait, just hold on to that, because I'm in so many spaces and women like to talk about feelings and, you know, the soft little things, catering and marketing. But if you look at the value, there's not too much value. So I'm very excited when you talk about some of the businesses getting into site preparation, etc. So are these female-led businesses new businesses, or are they businesses that within your community started off with a softer service provision and then decided to get into the core and the crux of Safaricom's business?
So I believe that's a very good question. So actually we have a mix of both. So basically we have those who are natively originating as women-led technical businesses, and then we have those who are now graduating, driving away from now the soft skills into now trying to advance into the technical space. And I see that both of them work quite effectively, and I believe that with time we'll be able to see both work quite at play, where we have a women-led business that can do both very comfortably.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. I was about to ask, how can I be part of this movement? I don't want to be conflicted on air. Okay. Let me stick on that conversation of now 200 women who are part of this business movement.
Yes. And maybe just before you proceed. So basically in Safaricom, we tend to focus to the women in business that the spend, the supply chain spend we have every financial year, 10% of it is going towards a women-led group. So basically we focus on that. So it's a KPI that we actually zero in on. So maybe proceed.
Fantastic. So 10% of the procurement spend goes there. So we take a quick break and we will be back just to finalize on this conversation in terms of women in technology, and Donna will be able to share with us what other opportunities she's able to see and some of the opportunities that she's also been able to bring to the market. See you after the break.